Fairfield doesn't announce itself, it doesn't compete, and it doesn't rush. Fairfield doesn't announce itself, it doesn't compete, and it doesn't rush. In a world of louder cities and faster streets, Fairfield chooses something different. Here, the ocean presses gently against the edge of the city. Tree-lined streets soften the noise of urban life, and history doesn't sit behind glass. It lives quietly, behind garden fences and open windows. But Fairfield's story doesn't begin with streets, or houses, or even the city itself. To understand Fairfield, we have to slow down further. We have to go back, long before the city arrived. Before Fairfield had a name, before Victoria existed, before British Columbia was imagined, this land already knew life. Not empty, not waiting, but lived on deeply, intelligently, and continuously by the ʷəŋən peoples, the Songhees, and the Esquimalt. To them, land was not property, it was a relationship. The shoreline was not scenery, it was food, travel, and story. The forest was not background, it was shelter, medicine, and memory. Every cove, every inlet, every rise in the land held meaning, named not for ownership, but for use, spirit, and responsibility. What we now call Fairfield was once part of a vast, living coastal world, shaped not by roads, but by tides. Life here followed the seasons. In spring, families gathered shellfish along the shore, clams, mussels, oysters, harvested with care and knowledge passed down through generations. In summer, the sea became a highway. Canoes moved across the Salish Sea, fishing for salmon, maintaining trade routes, connecting communities across vast distances. Autumn brought preparation, drying fish, storing food, and strengthening homes. And in winter, life turned inward. Stories were told. Ceremonies were held. Knowledge was shared, not written, but remembered. This was not survival by chance. It was life shaped by an understanding of land, water, and time. The ocean was never a barrier. It was a connection. From this coastline, canoe routes stretched across Vancouver Island and beyond, carrying food, tools, songs, stories, and alliances. Fairfield was not isolated. It was part of a vast coastal network that existed long before borders, ports, or cities. Even today, when you stand along Dallas Road, you are standing on an ancient route of movement, one still remembered in the rhythm of the sea. When settlers arrived in the 19th century, everything changed. Land that had been shared became divided. Access to the coast was restricted. Entire ways of life were disrupted, often unjustly, often violently. The arrival of the city did not erase Indigenous presence, but it attempted to silence it. Yet the people endured, they adapted, they survived, and they are still here. Fairfield today stands on unceded Indigenous land. This is not just a historical fact. It is a living truth. The early settlers who arrived here weren't aristocrats. They were clerks from the Hudson's Bay Company, dock workers and shipbuilders, teachers, merchants, and small-scale farmers. They came looking for stability, a quieter life beyond the noise of ports and barracks. Fairfield offered that promise. Clean air, ocean views, land suitable for homes and gardens. It wasn't the center of commerce, it was a place to settle down. Homes were built slowly, often by hand. Wood cut and shaped on site. Bricks laid one by one. Verandas wrapped around houses, not for show, but for shade, airflow, and conversation. Gardens weren't decorative, they were essential. Fairfield wasn't built for speed. It was built for endurance. Daily life was simple and demanding. Mornings began early. Water carried, fires lit. Men walked into town for work. Women managed homes, children, and gardens, often with little help. Children walked unpaved roads to small schools. Evenings were quiet. Families gathered by lamplight. Neighbors visited. At the same time, relationships with Indigenous peoples were complex, sometimes cooperative, often unequal, and ultimately shaped by displacement. Trade continued in the early years, but as settlement expanded, traditional territories narrowed. What settlers called progress came at an enormous cost. This history is uncomfortable, but it is necessary. By the late 1800s and early 1900s, Fairfield had taken shape. Streets were named, schools and churches appeared, homes became permanent. It grew slowly, designed for families, walking, and daily life. Beacon Hill Park formed a green boundary to the north, a quiet guardian between Fairfield and the growing city. To the south, the ocean continued to shape daily rhythm. Fairfield became what it still is today, human scale, calm, and deeply lived in. Today, Fairfield remains quietly influential. It resists rapid change without rejecting the future. It protects its character without freezing in time. You can still walk to the ocean in minutes, still hear waves before traffic, still feel the land shaping daily life. Beneath it all lies a deeper history, indigenous, settler, and modern, layered together. Not erased, not resolved, but present. Fairfield reminds us that cities are more than skylines. Neighborhoods are more than streets. They are layers of life, of memory, responsibility, and care. To walk here is to slow down, to recognize what came before, and to understand that every place carries more history than we can see. Every wave still remembers, and so should we. Have you walked these streets? Felt the ocean breeze along Dallas Road? Paused beneath the trees of Beacon Hill Park? Tell us in the comments what Fairfield means to you. And if you believe every neighborhood has a story, subscribe to Block by Block TV, because every block has a story. And Fairfield's story is still being written.